if he could secure it, because there's a rotation.
Yeah, Croco just walking towards Deft here. Deft doesn't have flash available just yet as they're flashing on top of him. The chains come down. Croco may have overextended, but at what cost? The Viego's going to fall down as well. Zeka doing his best to try and get as much damage down as he can, as Beryl is very, very close to just destroying everyone. Kael's going to go down. The Amumu does as well, and Zeka may not have any more. Prince, the biggest beneficiary of this situation, as the backflip's good from Zeka, but the flash from Prince will get him.
Nice flash there to secure the kill. And over here on the top side, Kingen is going to trade aggressively with his Narbar, but it doesn't matter.
Is going to missed himself. Beryl trying to get out. There's another one though. Piercing Darkness comes down. They managed to take down the Zeri. What else can they get though is the question, as Beryl goes golden as well. Kyle's here. Beryl's surviving for so long. He's just crying on top of this Nautilus. He's walking it out. There's the pillar. And eventually he'll go down. Kyle trying to stand it.
You see the defensive vision set up for Dub as well, just kind of showcasing that he's not comfortable in this matchup to feel like he can actually go forward. Croco.
Yeah, speaking of going forward, Croco taking a lot of damage here. Subjugate does have to go down. Into the mist they go as Beryl gets the stun onto Croco. Dawning Shadow comes down, but Croco still alive. Zeka looking for a way in, but Koshik is going to burn down. There's the perfect execution. Deft healing himself to get away from Prince, who has to flash to escape Beryl, and Zeka now Closer's moved his way forward. Deft wants to keep them alive, but he's not quite able to. They managed to troll them out as well, as Closer is just dashing back and forth, but the 5-point strike is going to be there. Prince, however, was just ignored, and Zeka is going to be taken down as well, and the Zeri is just massive now.
Yeah, so now this game is going to be about how do we contain the Zeri ahead. So it's going to be a tough game, but at least now Akali's got money.
Well, there's a wallop and an R, and I don't even think Gyoshik was needed. So is Gyoshik in position. They're trying to lock down Kyle, but now they're looking to turn it. Croco has the Subjugate down, but first the Sad Mommy to come through first, and Croco will be taken. Cannon Barrage largely ignored. Prince also, once again, largely ignored, as the Dredge line does go wide. And Gyoshik is going to make his way out. I wonder whether DRX, maybe they can't see the Zeri. Maybe that's the problem.
Well, she's just so difficult to lock down, and, you know, hitting a bit up a little bit, but yeah, we have to give credit where it's due, as Closer's in trouble.
Yeah, Zeka is just chasing him down. Deft with the flash to come through. The perfect execution, and Zeka's immediately back. Prince, though, looking to try and lock this one down, does secure the center, as that barrel was just massive, as Dove is just making up for lost time. Depth charge comes through. Kingan's going to have to flash. Will he have the hop in time is the question, as Beryl and Croco are fighting. I don't know whether I'd have money on the Sad Mommy in that regard, as that is a phenomenal pillar. And in the meantime, Prince is taking even more. Kingen off to the other side, and this is just a disaster for DRX. Kingen just wants to take as many minions as he can, and now I think they will stand up and recognize Prince, because he's 8-1-2.
Yeah, and this is going to be an insanely fast Baron with the items they have online. DRX with a huge overextension. Yes, you can pick the LeBlanc, but should you? The answer to that question is almost always no, because she lives for so long, forces you to push so deep that you've used so many resources to try to lock her down. You don't have your cooldowns, and now you're on the wrong side of the map. And once again, utility value out of Cannon Barrage. Look at Dove sitting on those 9 assists this game, because he's just been globally impactful. Losing CS doesn't matter to him, because his slow is going to be relevant each and every time. And now this area is just so big that it just won't be overcomeable. And like, look at how quickly they react to this. They're already coming up to save Closer, or at least turn this one around. And the distance in which they dive this turret, Def loses 2/3 of his health bar from the turret alone. And now you're stuck here. There's no way out. You're trapped. And Croco's going to lock the door.
Yeah, the barrel was just fantastic, as well as Zeka. They're taking him for a walk here, as Croco's going to come through yet again. A fantastic pillar, as Zeka's going to go golden. It'll get the bad news as he tries the perfect execution out, but he gets into melee range of the Trundle, who trumps him.
Liv Sandbox are in firm control of this game now, and they can actually probably just push for this inner, and I think there's no downside to it.
No, yes, absolutely not.
Nara's pushing mid, but there's no inner turret to grab for him there, and this is going to lead into Cryo for their Infernal Soul point that they're setting up for here. They have so much vision around the Drake as well. So there's really just no going wrong here, and DRX can't cross-map. There's no play to make. And I think DRX's draft weaknesses really got exposed here, I think, once Zeri started to get ahead. But then also in terms of what they can do from behind, like, yeah, you can out-mechanic people, you can outplay them, but sometimes it's just a numbers game, sometimes it's just a damage game. And the fact that they weren't able to get enough of a big lead here or oppressive vision control is really hurting them now, as LSB Sandbox could just move around the map with impunity for free.
They just take whatever they want. Right now, 3.3k, sole point now on the table. And LSB Sandbox looking like they'll absolutely just outlast their opposition. Prince is just been the beneficiary of everything here in this first game for LSB Sandbox.
And when you're in a position like this, like he does have to cleanse here, but that's all. Like that was the only moment of fear. You have Phantom Dancer, so you could chase forever, and there's no way out. You're already Zeri. So that's why extending like this just ends up being the wrong call. If you're playing against almost any other meta 80 carry, you walk away at least with maybe trading 1-for-1 as DRX, but not against Zeri. As this is just Zeka getting punished on the wrong side of the map right before Drake, so they get to push an inner and pick up that Infernal Soul point.
Yep, shutdown goal going over to Croco there as well.
Yeah.
As Kingin looking for the trundle here. Close is going to come down though. Mega Gnar is going to land onto just one as the slow comes through with the Everfrost. Deft off to the side for the Gnar is just not going to last. Prince is just way too massive. Cannon Barrage came down yet again. DRX just trying to get out of this area. And this outer turret is just going to be the start of DRX's problems, as Beryl's going to have to throw down the ult. He tries to stay alive, but it's just not going to work. Piercing Darkness is basically doing nothing. A Dredge line again, absolutely fantastic, as Zeri picks up yet another kill. LSB Sandbox, they're going to push through, grab this turret as well, and that may not be all.
Yeah, I mean, with the Baron buff still having a little bit of time left, they can push this so quickly. And I mean, I hate to say it, DRX, but I think you put yourself in a very high execution draft, fell behind early, and now there's just no hope.
Yeah, and Zeka got the backflip there onto Closer, but it does not matter at all. Largely a bait, if anything, and the inhibitor, is going to fall. Dubbin already pre-teleported towards the top side to get that wave shoved. And Prince will take the enemy Brambleback on his way through. Pyosik optimistic if you thought that you were going to be able to get there and grab that one.
And this is one of those games where if you look at the gold graph, like it incorrectly, or you might incorrectly assume based on that swath of red down there that DRX was in control of the game during that period. But they really weren't. They were playing the map better, and they had some nice picks, and they were able to trade kills and get Zeka fed. But, you know, in moments like this, you really see that, no, they're not, because they weren't ahead enough. Like, that gold graph showed that they had a lead, but it was a small lead in a game where the composition of LSB Sandbox is just vastly superior in the later parts. And the engage here is great from Kyle once again. The follow-up damage from Zeri is just, it's so easy. It's like counting to 3. Like, she's just like, I'm going to press Q a lot, you guys are all dead. And if you leave, we'll take every piece of the map. So DRX are like desperately trying to hope for a mistake or an overextension. That just will not come.
Well, now he has 4 items. Infinity Edge just completed, and that is a gigantic spike, because he took a bit of a timeout in order to get some more armor penetration. And against the Amumu and the Viego with a tank item, it sort of makes some sense here. Yeah, this game is feeling like it's almost all over.
Yeah, it really quite truthfully is. Unless, again, DRX can have some incredible mechanical outplay.
Oh, another brilliant pillar from Croco as Heartbreaker has to be used to get Pyosik out of here. He goes golden as Cannon Barrage comes down as well. Pyosik looking to try and get out of there, but he's not going to be useful in this fight any longer. Closer is extraordinarily low, but Prince is still at full health, ladies and gentlemen. There's the perfect execution, but I don't know whether it's going to win them the fight, as it's a double kill on the other side of it, as Prince is just dashing forward. Flashes on top of Deft, who has to flash away, but that ain't going to do it. It's a triple for now. There is a Penta underneath these 2 Nexus turrets if LSB Sandbox want to get it, but instead, they just want to win the game, ladies and gentlemen. This game 1 is all over, and LSB Sandbox will upset DRX in the first one.
Very impressive win here from LSB Sandbox, and